A very good evening and many thanks for tuning in to RwandaTV. I trust you're doing well. I'm Ethan Tashabia. You're watching RDF News live from Kigali, and also you also know it. Every Friday we have a guest anchor, and tonight it is the Miss East Africa. Shanita Umunyana will be joining me later on the set. You can see her right there looking all elegant. Now let's look at what is making news tonight. A delegation from Jordan, headed by Major General Ahmed Husni Hasan Hatoqia, the Director of General Intelligence Department, today paid courtesy call on the Rwanda Defense Force Chief of Defense Staff General J Bosco Kazura at the RDF Headquarters in Kimihurura. According to the statement from the Minister of Defense, the military officers from both Rwanda and Jordan discussed the bilateral defense cooperation between Jordan and Rwanda. Well, still on matters defense, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Vincent Biruta, visited Rwanda's 57 Task Force Battalion at their headquarters in Zira Camp, Bangi, as well as Rwandan peacekeepers, Rabat 8 and Rabat 9 at the Skotel Mpoko, Bangi, in Central African Republic, respectively, on the 13th and the 14th of January 2022. He was accompanied by the head of Defense Intelligence, Brigadier General Vincent Nyakarundi. Minister Biruta conveyed a message from the Commander-in-Chief, President Paul Kagame, wishing the forces a happy new year and thanking them for fulfilling their mission with discipline and professionalism in Central African Republic. According to the statement from the Minister of Defense, Minister Biruta updated the forces on current security situation in Rwanda and also on efforts the country has made in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic, including giving vaccines to the population. He also briefed them on the current relationship between Rwanda and the neighboring countries. The head of Defense Intelligence, Brigadier General Vincent Nyakarundi, urged the forces to remain very determined in accomplishing their tasks. Rwanda Defense Forces is the largest troops contributor to the United Nations multidimensional intelligence integration stabilization mission in Central African Republic. Now, on more stories, a cross-section of residents are happy to have easy access to COVID-19 vaccines without having to travel long distances. The vaccination campaign is currently underway, and there is hope that the target of the inoculating 70% of the population this June will be achieved. Gloria Mutesi reports.
COVID-19 vaccination was rolled out last year with the most vulnerable communities in collaboration with various agencies. Residents are now grateful that they have access to the vaccines without any challenges. They did us well to protect us from the deadly disease, because it would be bad if I got infected and got admitted. Being vaccinated is definitely better. I thank the government for making the vaccines more accessible, because now we don't have to trek long distances to go get them. Young people and the youth contributed to the deployment of these vaccines across and in a timely manner, and they continue to be part of this initiative. Since this site was established, we've worked together, and I'm grateful that I played a role in helping the country fight against the pandemic. Vaccination sites have been established across markets and bus parks in collaboration with health centers and local authorities, while utilizing technology to help in data storage. We work with local authorities and cell leaders and other people, which has helped us reach out to so many people as well as vaccinate them. Residents have embraced this activity because it doesn't require them to make long journeys to get vaccinated, and this has made them happy. Health Minister Dr. Daniel Ngamije says that while a lot has been achieved that gives hope of targets being achieved, there are still some people that are still deliberately not getting vaccinated, and that the government will continue to sensitize them of the importance of being vaccinated.
I think it's a matter of education, convincing, and they should themselves cross-check around and be aware of what we are saying. As I said, if you compare what happened at the time we were with very low vaccination rate in July, in January last year, a lot of people hospitalized in very severe conditions, compared to what we are seeing today. it should inform people that we have advantages of being vaccinated. Nothing is new, for sure.
Right.
So people should just be informed. They should not be misled by those bringing rumors, confusing people. In Europe, people are vaccinated for flu every year. So it can happen in Africa that having people vaccinated for COVID more than 2 times, 3 times, it can happen. Nothing is new. There is nothing in relation with the end of the world, etc., etc.
Vaccination activities began in March last year. 6 months later, in September, 687,111 people had already been given 2 doses of the vaccine. 3 months later, on the first day of January, the total number of those that had received both doses was 5,503,486 people. 195,813 people had also received the booster shot then. On the 13th day of January this year, the total number of those that had received the first dose of the vaccine was 7,851,445, equivalent to 86.6% of those eligible for the vaccine, and 6,030,321 had received 2 doses of the vaccine, equivalent to 66.5%. The government's goal is to ensure that by June, 70% of all Rwandans who are eligible will have been vaccinated. Reporting for RTV News, Gloria Mutesi.
Thank you, Gloria, for that report. Now, various public agencies as well as some people say that the government's decision to vaccinate residents at the community level is a key decision that will ensure that every citizen has access to vaccines. We have this report. Across the city of Kigali, local authorities and youth volunteers are going door to door in crowded places such as markets and bus terminals, asking every individual if they have received COVID-19 vaccines. Some residents say that the fact that authorities take the time to find them at their own homes and sensitize them to get vaccinated, it provides them with enough knowledge to understand the benefits of getting the jobs.
We ask the unvaccinated to go get their jobs, and we keep around to protect their goods and leave when they return with vaccination certificate. We have to respect this because it is in our best interest.
Everyone must get vaccinated because that is the only way to defeat the virus. Everyone must go get their doses. Among other responsibilities these grassroots leaders have include talking to the non-vaccinated population and visiting the vaccination sites to ensure that the elderly and the sick people receive their vaccine doses. Some of the sector executive secretaries, however, say that this is the program they see as productive, which will enable Rwanda to achieve its goal of vaccinating all the eligible people. We have some people who are yet to receive even the first dose of COVID-19 vaccines. We keep moving mobile vaccination sites from one place to another and take it close to where people are. In so doing, we make sure that everyone has access to the vaccination sites. Today, we are in Nyabisi Cell office to make sure that there is no one left behind. That will serve some 338 citizens who haven't been vaccinated in this area. People are willingly taking vaccines despite some delays due to their daily work. But once you ask them to go get vaccinated, they do it willingly. We want to make sure that everyone in this area is fully vaccinated. That will take us to 100% vaccination rate. The Minister of Health, Dr. Daniel Ngamije, thanked Rwandans for their participation in the vaccination drive and said that the fact that leaders are going door to door asking people to get vaccinated was aimed at making sure that those who had not been vaccinated get to understand the importance of vaccination and ensure that no one is left behind.
We just want to make sure that no one is left behind for different reasons, being beliefs reasons or any reason. We want to make sure that everybody is vaccinated because our target is to reach 70% of those above 12 years old by June. And if we reach this target of 70%, it's like we are in condition where, for sure, even with a new variant, we might expect again very few people in hospitals, and then we continue life. I think people are very happy. Parents are very happy to have kids returning at school, rather than keeping them at home, fearing that maybe there will be a huge increase of contamination, death. No.
Right.
If the government was able to decide to get schools reopening in January, it's because we can see that we are getting benefits of being vaccinated.
Right.
So we should keep that standards, making sure that everybody is vaccinated and we are ready to face any new variant.
So far, at least 6 million Rwandans from the age of 12 have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19, while more than 500,000 Rwandans have received booster shots. Now, in other stories, some people who encountered severe sicknesses which led them to resigning from their jobs have said that invalidity pension scheme has enabled them to continue living well and care for their families. However, those who did not get the chance to receive this pension say they have been struggling with life because they no longer have the capacity to work. Olive Nete reports.
Some of the people who accidentally met life-threatening diseases like stroke that left them with disabilities say their premiums in the Rwanda Social Security Board led them to receive an invalidity pension which supports them in their daily life.
3 years after I went back to work, I was unable to do my work properly. I talked to my employer and we mutually decided and agreed that I should stop work. I was sick at the age of 43, but I received my pension at 46. I was disabled while I was still working. I have 4 children and their school fees is between 600 to 700,000 Rwandan francs each month. I managed to find it because of the pension and do all that is required by my family.
I had stroke while I was working at Kabgayi Hospital. When I went back to work, I was unable to do it as I used to. 6 months later, I got sick again. I talked with my employer, and then he allowed me to leave work permanently. After giving my request to RSSB, they immediately put a 4-month deposit on my account. Receiving that money gives me courage. I manage home expenses. I assist my husband in school fees of our children and all other expenses. This invalidity pension scheme that Rwanda Social Security Board offers to the people who met with those kind of diseases is given to whoever meets the requirements. However, there are some of the people that are not aware of this pension.
I had stroke and I ended up getting paralyzed on the left side of my body. When I started walking again using crutches, I went back to work. After 2 weeks, they dismissed me. They used to pay my premium and then take it from my salary. I request advocacy so that I can get the pension. I'm in charge of my family and I rent the house, and meeting all the needs of my family is hard.
The Rwanda Social Security Board notes that this invalidity pension scheme is given to the people who met with accidents or any other life-threatening diseases in any other way that is not related to their work and forces them into early retirement. Silvio Mutoni, the Director of Pension Benefits Unit in the RSSB, points out that it is essential for the employee to know about the pension so that they can claim it when they meet with such incidents.
Incapacity benefits is given to people who are no longer able to perform at their workplace so they can get a salary. The employer has the obligation to look for all the necessary documents and also claim for the benefits for him or for her to get those benefits.
The Rwanda Social Security Board notes that among the requirements needed to receive the invalidity pension benefits include a medical report, a form filled by his employer confirming that the beneficiary is unable to work, and a birth certificate. Every month, Rwanda Social Security Board receives more than 20 requests for this kind of pension. Olive Nete, reporting for RTV News.
Thank you, Olive, for that report. Now, some makeup artists say that this career has actually empowered them financially and are calling on people who use beauty products to be mindful of the quality that they use, and some products can be harmful to their skins. Jen Mutoni has more.
To many makeup artists, this is a thriving industry that can greatly benefit stakeholders in terms of income, just like any other job. One makeup artist, Fidelite Uwimana, says her life has changed for the better since she started this job. She encourages her fellow youth to be innovative and work hard in order to make something out of themselves. If you are passionate about something, you should pursue it fearlessly, because we can't all do the same careers or jobs, for instance like finance or business. Didi Kamaliza, a proprietor of a makeup studio, started this business from scratch, and her business is growing steadily. She is encouraging women to love themselves enough to want to look good, because it is part of self-care. Makeup is a necessity, depending on what you do or where you want to go, be it a church or a night out, and should be worn accordingly, because the kind of makeup you wear going to work is different from that when going to a wedding. So to people who don't understand why makeup is important, I would say that makeup is a form of self-care, and it is part of loving yourself, just like you would go and buy yourself body lotion, new clothes or shoes. Mutoni witnessed a makeup enthusiast, who is also the second runner-up in Miss Rwanda 2021, says makeup brings out elegance out of a woman.
I think makeup is important in women's life because there's a version of you that it brings out. People think that wearing makeup is about looking beautiful and looking different, but makeup is about confidence. I think there's a certain confidence level that makeup boosts. We look beautiful naturally, and yes, we do go out naturally, but then when you go out with makeup, there's a certain different way that you feel. So that's why I think makeup is very important. Makeup brings out an elegant version of you for beauty pageants, which they be looking for. You don't just go for beauty pageants. You need that elegance, you need that confidence, you need that beauty. So makeup brings all of that out of you, which is very important in the beauty pageants.
An expert in makeup, Claudine Mwangachuchu, emphasizes that makeup artists and people that use makeup should mind about the quality of makeup products while purchasing them, and also take time to know what works best for their skin.
Mask, even though it hides your face, it doesn't mean that you can't wear makeup. Makeup is not only lipstick, so it's more than that. The importance of makeup to a woman, I guess, I can put it on the same page as self-care. When you go work out, you drink a lot of water, before you leave your home, you look at how you're wearing your appearance. So I think nowadays in this age, every woman wants to look good. So I think investing in makeup and looking good also makes you feel great, and it kind of also empowers you. Yeah. Basically, makeup is not just how you look, it's also how you feel. Yeah.
Despite COVID-19 affecting their income, they still continued working while respecting the COVID-19 preventive measures. They say that even during such a time when people are required to wear face masks, makeup still shines through other parts of the face that is not covered, as it portrays elegance and beauty, especially for women. Jane Mutoni, RTV News.
All right. Miss East Africa, Shanita Omunyana, many thanks for finding time to join us on RwandaTV. First of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Wow. So tell me, you actually did better than most of us here. Mm-hmm. How was your experience sitting on this bench?
This was a good experience, and for me, I didn't find it easy, but again, a big respect to you people. I
think you're actually meant for this.
Oh.
Well, God gave you something different, but I think God gave you this. So, who's Shanita?
Shanita Omunyana is an entrepreneur, and I hold a title of Miss East Africa 2021 and 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah.
So, oh wow. Oh yes, 2021.
2022.
Now, if they can play us the video of you being crowned, this has been a long time coming for people who have followed you to beauty pageants. I think this is something that started in 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
2018. And I mean, most people have asked you about this particular photo of you with your pastor. Do you still go to the same church?
No, he apparently left. He's in another country.
Oh, he left the country.
He left.
Oh, fantastic. So if you look at the images that we're actually showing on the screen right there, you being, pronounced the Miss East Africa, what was going through your mind at that particular moment?
I would say that was a sensational moment. All that went through my mind was, oh wow, now I've made it. Finally. I made Rwanda proud, I made my family proud, and I think it's a platform that was showing me that I'm near my opportunities that I already dreamt of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shanita, you've gone, between then and now, you've gone through a lot. And of course, on a sad note, you lost your dad. May his soul rest in peace. What does this mean to your family, that you are the Miss East Africa?
This is a huge thing, and I want to thank my mom in front of the camera, because she kept on pushing me, though Miss Rwanda didn't work, Miss Supranational didn't work, but she kept on pushing me and encouraging me, telling me that maybe this might be your thing. And of course, this crown is for Rwanda, my family, and of course, my dad.
Wait, just walk me through this journey of beauty pageants, which I probably... What does actually mean for someone like you being called the Queen of Beauty in a region, East Africa, that has Uganda, Rwanda, but actually, how many countries were there? 11, 12?
There were 16.
16 countries.
Yeah. And then
I mean, East Africa plus other countries that... And you're the top Queen of Beauty.
Definitely.
It's a huge one.
It's really huge.
It's a huge one. Is it something that you prayed for? Of course, I know you prayed for it. Is it something that you dreamt having while you're young?
I prayed for it, I dreamt for it, and I think I worked for it, because I never hesitated. Though Miss Rwanda didn't work, as I said earlier, I kept on pushing, because there's a time you need to work hard for things to come your way. Yeah.
For people who actually don't know you, how do you best describe yourself?
I would say I'm ambitious. If there is something I really want to do, I give it my all. Yeah. And I'm passionate about being an entrepreneur, which I said before. I'm an entrepreneur. I have an e-commerce platform called Sangapesh, which exports made in Rwanda products globally. And something else, I love learning and lifting others in the society. That's
so you're actually doing a lot of things besides being a beauty queen.
Yep.
That's e-commerce platform. We really need to find time and talk about it.
Definitely.
It's a huge one. Yeah. So do you have anything coming up going into this very year that we've started?
So this year, as Miss East Africa 2021-2022, I will embark on women education, specifically women inclusion into education that is based on technology, skills, and innovation industry. So I will encourage young girls and women, because for so long, women have feared to take up those spaces and venture in technology. So this time around, I'm going to encourage them, and I'll work with my fellow beauty queens from different East African countries and with their education ministries in their countries, and as well as in Rwanda. So I'll give them scholarships, top 5 girls from each country.
Talk about scholarships. Are you a student?
I apparently finished my university.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Which course was that?
International relations.
Oh, so ladies and gentlemen, we have a diplomat, beauty queen, Miss East Africa, Shanita Omujana, who just joined us for a few minutes that we had on RwandaTV News. I really, really want to thank you for your time indeed.
Pleasure.
Do you want to be a diplomat?
Definitely.
After this?
Of course, why not?
Minister of Foreign Affairs, here is the next diplomat. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Do you have any message for your fans?
I love them. Thank you, Rwanda, for supporting me through the journey. And what I want to tell a girl or any girl in Rwanda or in East Africa, you're beautiful, you're unique, and you're different, and you got this. And we are your brothers, and we're here. Yep. It's from me and my entire news production team, and of course my guest anchor Shanita Omunyana here. We want to say thank you for your time. It's time now. Up next is Friday Flight. I'm Ethan Tashobia. Bye for now.